Hey everyone! Welcome back to Story Hive. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's jump into today's story. After 12 years, my wife requested an open marriage. I responded by asking for a divorce. We've been married for 12 years now and things have always been great without any particular ups or downs. My wife has always been a kind, sweet woman, and up until this, I thought the world of her. Then she broached the topic of an open marriage. What if we consider opening up the marriage? I didn't get angry, I just listened and offered my counters. I asked if her friends were influencing her, and she said no. I asked if she already had someone in mind, and she said no. I asked her to give me some time to think about it, and she agreed, stating, "We don't have to do it if you're not up for it." I shouldn't have, but in the days after, I checked her phone and laptop. I found nothing suspicious, or that suggested she was already cheating. Last week, I told her I'd thought about it, and in my opinion, she can get anyone she wants because I want a divorce. With the sobbing and begging, she said if I knew I wouldn't have ever asked. She refused to move out, and so did I, so I sleep in the guest room. She's taken sick from work. I believe her friends actually tried to influence her, and she didn't do anything at all, but this unraveled my perception of her. Was I too fast to mention divorce? I asked for the community's opinion. This may or may not be an overreaction, but my own marriage went into a separation. Divorce is still on the line after a couple of months of open marriage, albeit on both sides. Looking back, I wish I had the guts to be the one proposing the divorce. Someone else chimed in, "Well, I understand that requests for open marriages are often the beginning of the end for many relationships. I also think that Op definitely jumped the gun here. His wife was trying to start a conversation, and his reaction was to end it in the most dramatic way possible. He should talk to her not necessarily because he wants to save the marriage." Another person added, "I mean, you are who you are. If you can't forgive her for even considering the concept of having sex with someone else, if that absolutely destroyed your mental image of her, then do what you have to do. It doesn't matter whether any of us agree or not. In the end, it's your life, and you're the one who has to live it." Now, sure, from my perspective, your reaction seems a little unfair. If she has friends doing this, and was curious whether you'd be into it, what else was she supposed to do? Partners should be able to talk to each other. I hate to see people knee-jerk reject each other over even discussing sex because that encourages people to stay buttoned up and terrified to even ask the question, leading to a lot of hurt. I have seen this happen when women react with an over-the-top response when their husbands bring up even minor sexual curiosities. But again, I'm not you. Only you know what you can live with in the marriage. If you're questioning whether you've moved too fast, try marriage counseling and talking through your feelings. But if you know you can't accept this, then that's how it is. Update: I wasn't jumping the gun. She was cheating emotionally and planning to do so physically. I checked her phone and computer and found nothing, but she came forward with a second phone I had no idea she even had. She thought I already knew, that's why she came out with it. Just as I was starting to regret my decision, her friends sweet-talked her into it. Apparently those open marriages are just their affairs. She thought it would help her conscience if I went along with the open marriage. The things I saw were stomach-churning. She begs to be given a second chance, and a part of me is foolishly considering it, but it's not the right thing to do. I don't want to leave her, but I have to for my dignity, pride, and self-respect. My love for her has become irrelevant. A couple more reactions. Brother, I'm sorry, your wife has some crappy friends, but that is what it is. You have to bail. If you stay at this point, she will do whatever she wants. Hell, she already was. The next person said, "Man, I am sorry, this was me to a certain extent. My husband asked for an open marriage, and I caught him in an emotional affair. We are in the process of getting a divorce." Long story short, I know how you're feeling and it sucks. It has gotten a lot easier for me lately. Discovering a second phone is like finding a cockroach infestation in your marriage. You squish one and suddenly there's a whole colony you didn't even know about. Most importantly, your decision to prioritize your dignity, pride, and self-respect is commendable. It's not easy to walk away after investing so much time and emotion, but ultimately staying in a situation that undermines your self-worth would only prolong the pain. If she's doing this to you after 12 years, what do you think? Would you have asked for a divorce right away? Op continues, I've been reflecting a lot on everything that's happened. It's hard to wrap my head around how quickly things unraveled. One moment, we were in a seemingly solid marriage, and the next I'm contemplating divorce. I can't help but feel a mix of anger, betrayal, and sadness. I want to believe my wife when she says her friends influenced her, but part of me wonders if she was looking for an excuse to explore something she already wanted. The emotional affair changes everything for me. I trusted her completely, and now that trust feels shattered. I've started talking to a few close friends about the situation. Their support has been invaluable. They remind me that I deserve to be with someone who is fully committed and honest. It's just hard to let go of the hope that maybe this can be fixed. I've also thought about counseling not just for us, but for myself as well. I need to work through my feelings and come to terms with what's happened. I want to be sure I'm making the right decision, whether that's to fight for my marriage or to let go and move on. Another commenter responds, it's good to hear you are considering counseling. That could really help you clarify your thoughts and feelings. Even if you ultimately decide to separate, understanding your emotions can lead to healing. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many have gone through similar experiences, and it's okay to grieve the loss of what you thought your marriage was. Allow yourself to feel those emotions. It's a vital part of the healing process. Another person adds, I completely agree. It's understandable to feel conflicted. Just be patient with yourself. Healing takes time, and there's no rush to make a decision. Focus on what's best for you in the long run. Op reflects, I appreciate all the support and insights. It feels good to know I'm not alone in this. I've realized that I need to prioritize my mental health first. It's tough to think about how my life could change so drastically, but I know it's necessary for my well-being. I've started journaling to sort through my feelings. Writing has been therapeutic, allowing me to express my anger and sadness. I also plan to meet with a therapist next week. I hope it helps me gain clarity and strength. I think about the good times we shared, but I also need to recognize the cracks that have formed. Trust is foundational, and right now it feels broken. It's painful to admit that the person I thought I knew might not be who I imagined. A supportive commenter replies, that's a healthy approach. Journaling can help you process your emotions effectively. Remember, it's okay to mourn the relationship while also focusing on your future. Therapy can offer valuable perspectives and coping strategies. Take your time, this journey is uniquely yours. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and don't hesitate to lean on them. Op continues, I plan to do just that. I've started reaching out to friends I haven't seen in a while, which has felt refreshing. I think building a support network will be crucial as I navigate this. The thought of moving on feels daunting, but I also know it could lead to new beginnings. I just have to keep reminding myself that I deserve happiness and respect in a relationship. Op adds, I've been reflecting on what I truly want moving forward. I keep thinking about my values and what I need from a partner. It's clear that honesty and trust are non-negotiable for me. If I can't rebuild that with my wife, I need to consider the possibility of moving on. I'm also starting to think about what I enjoy outside of the relationship. I used to have hobbies and interests that I put on hold. Rediscovering those might help me find joy again, regardless of what happens with us. Another commenter chimes in, that's a great mindset. Focusing on your interests can be empowering. It can help you reclaim your identity outside of the marriage, which is crucial during this time. Consider trying new activities or reconnecting with old passions. It might even lead to meeting new people who share your interests, which could be a positive change in your life. Op replies, I love that idea. I think I'll look into joining a local group or class. It could be a fun way to challenge myself and meet new people. I'm also considering how to approach the conversation with my wife about everything that's happened. I want to express my feelings without escalating tensions. Communication is key, but I need to be honest about where I stand. Op continues, I've decided to sit down with my wife and have an open, honest conversation about where we stand. I want to express how her actions have affected me and the trust that's been broken. It won't be easy, but I need to be clear about my feelings and intentions. When the time came, I approached her in a calm manner. I shared my emotions and laid out the impact of her choices. To my surprise, she listened intently, tears in her eyes. She admitted that she let her friends' opinions cloud her judgment and expressed genuine remorse for what she did. I didn't realize how much I was risking until it was almost too late, she said, her voice trembling. I thought I could explore this without losing you. I see now how wrong I was. We talked for hours, exploring our feelings and the reality of our relationship. It was painful but necessary. I expressed that while I was open to the idea of counseling, I needed to see real commitment and transparency from her moving forward. After a few days of reflection, I realized I couldn't simply go back to how things were. I needed to prioritize my own healing and self-respect. Op concludes, ultimately I decided to take a step back from the marriage. We agreed to separate while pursuing individual counseling. This will allow us to work on ourselves, whether that means rebuilding our relationship or eventually parting ways. It feels like a huge weight has lifted. I'm embracing this new chapter in my life, focusing on personal growth and rediscovering what makes me happy. As tough as this journey has been, I'm hopeful for the future. I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm determined to create a life filled with honesty, respect, and joy, whether alone or with someone new. Thank you to everyone who offered support and shared their insights. It truly made a difference. I'm ready to face whatever comes next with strength and resilience. Thanks for tuning in to today's Reddit story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more amazing stories. See you next time.